Okay, yo, what's up, YouTube? Man, my wife hates when I say that. I can't help it. But just want to have a quick discussion on shifting this bad boy. Same probably with the GL 1800. Yeah, hell, for all I know, for the 18, 19s, and 20s, I don't know much about them, but different transmission, I'm sure. So I guess basically this is for the 2012s and up. You saw my other video on what happened to my red bike. I've taken that down, that video down temporarily, but put it back up here later on. But what happened to the big red machine is anytime I downshifted into second gear, I got a burp. Hiccup. Greg from Florida called it. Transmission Greg, I guess, popular on the forums. So yeah, it was broke basically in second gear. I couldn't do my favorite move, downshift and fly. Throttle, it would slip and clunk, and then it'd catch and it'd be okay. And that was the only thing that was going on, but didn't like it. So I'm cutting this video because I'm going to tell you some things that I was doing that I think I might have caused that. I mean, Greg, Transmission Greg said it's nothing that I did. I think he's just trying to make me feel better. He said it just happens on some and not others. Well, guys, I don't know. I don't know if I can buy that or not, man. I think why it happens on some and not on others is because of the rider. I think it's driver error and just not knowing how to properly shift these things to preserve and to treasure that transmission on these bad boys. It's a lot of weight. What, 850 pounds? 900 on the full dress. So a lot of weight on here. So you want to drive it like a sports bike because the engine can definitely handle it. And I kind of I'm babying this a little more. I'm taking care of. I'm going to tell you the things that I did to the other one that I'm taking care of on this one and trying not to do. And this is all advice coming from forums too, guys. So it's not just me saying this. It's some great advice on the forums. If you don't get on those forums, make sure I definitely sign up because they got a lot of great information on there. So I'm kind of passing down what I heard too. So number one thing on shifting a Goldwing F6B Goldwing 1800 GL 1800 is shift firmly. Shift firmly. And I don't care whether you're upshifting or downshifting, shift firmly. I didn't think, when I roll up to a stop sign or something, I'm downshifting in a second. I guess, I don't know why, I always thought that if I held the clutch in and pushed firmly down on the downshift, that thing could go into first or second. It doesn't. It stops. Okay. So, and I don't know if other people think that or have that in their mind too. So it's like a softer shift down into second. And I think that's what really damaged the bike by me doing that and then throttling it. And I'll tell you why, because sometimes it would slip out completely. So I didn't have it caught properly. Okay. And guys, if you hear anything that I'm saying that you don't think's right or you want to agree with me, please leave a comment. I want I don't like this to be just one way. Put some stuff in here if you think that I'm wrong or way off base, but shift firmly because I think, again, that's what really happened. When you roll up just anywhere and you think you got to go light or you don't have to put it down into gear firm. And I'm not going to say jam it down, but make sure that it's down. Especially when you're driving up, I was better upshifting than I am downshifting. But even upshifting sometime in the second gear, I think I got lazy because again, it would slide out. So I think I did something. I bent that fork or something, shift fork or something. Got a leave up underneath there. I'll get that out in a minute. So shift firmly. The second thing is, and that's where I really made my mistake, but the second thing is pulling away just a real nice smooth acceleration. Now I'm not saying you have to go slow, but this is smooth. And I don't know if you've ever done this before, but when you like put in a second gear and you just let off the throttle real quick and it kind of clunks. Again, I don't know if that's the final drive that's doing that or if it's the transmission that kind of jerks you around a little bit. If you go into second and you let off the clutch or third and let off the clutch, and or let off the throttle and don't keep that throttle pressure on, it'll bounce you a little bit. Okay, so that's the other thing I think is not real good for whatever your final drive or your transmission. So I would say smooth acceleration on that, and steady, and hold it in when you go into second gear or third gear. Make sure you're keeping that throttle pressure on so you don't get that kind of clunky. Okay. So those are two things. The third thing I would suggest, and I felt myself doing this, again, just always thinking these things are bulletproof and kind of like treating it like rough, okay, is when I pulled up to a stop sign and you're searching for that neutral, okay, you know what I mean, because you only know it is in neutral and in overdrive. I wish they'd put the 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 would have been super. They never did that on these babies. It's on the new ones. So that's one thing I wish. I think it's on the new ones. Pretty sure it's on the new ones. It tells you each gear you're in. But when you pull up there and you pull the clutch in, my third advice here is to just go gently on it. You know, find that clutch, play with that clutch a little bit, pull it in, and go more gently on the downshift and upshift. Don't rip through it like I did, man. I would clank, you know. I don't think that was too good on it either. So be more gentle on it. Again, I don't know why that started happening when I downshift and into second and gave it gas, and it started happening even when I didn't give it gas. But again, I think the main thing that caused that was the firmness. Okay, the firmness of the so firmly upshift, downshift into each gear as you go through the gears, I think is the number one takeaway. Look at that, guys. Should I fix that? I don't know, man. This is the only blemish on the whole bikes when I got it. You won't find another scratch or anything. Somebody got in a fight with the garage door. What do you think? Fix it or leave it like it is just for kind of nostalgic there? No, I got to do something to that. Tell me how to fix that and I'll send you a thank you card. What to put on that. But anyway, guys, that's it. I'm going to do some differences, what I'm enjoying here on the F6B Deluxe versus the old 2013. I have this on here. This is a manufacturer. This is the original. On my other one, I had a knockoff, and my gosh, that one brings in so many more channels. The knockoffs just don't do it, and you can tell the knockoff how it mates up down here on that if somebody put a knockoff on your antenna. But I love that, and I'll go more into that. But that was my thing that I wanted to get out there. Hopefully save somebody some transmission, because boy, they're expensive, man. You know, you got to do transmission work. You're pulling the whole engine out, splitting the case. It's $3,000 before they tell you what's wrong with it. So you'll never fix it. If you bought a used one like me, you'll do what I did and trade it in. But that's it, YouTube. Please leave some comments like I asked for before. Tell me if I'm off base or right on. Later.